onto Route 82. This is an area called Mustang Corners. You get to Mustang Corners, you're going to want to go to the west on 82 and head up. It's a few miles. I will mark it off, let you know what the mileage is. Okay, so we're going to be at milepost. Right at milepost 48, you're going to have this pull-off. This is all state land, so I'm going to go ahead. There's a low spot in the, or a high spot in the fence right here. I'm just going to put my stuff on the other side of it, and I'm going to crawl under. Now, I'm going to have to look. I don't know, I think it's that one over there, but it could be that one. It's hard to tell from here. I'm going to double check once I'm on the other side and walking in there, and then just work my way in. Well, here's the first wash that we're going through. It's a pretty wide one. Not too bad though. Doesn't have the gulchy kind of sidewalls, which I can't stand, because you know, then you're doing a lot of extra traveling to try to get around them. But they're nice and scrubby. So anyway, just working towards where you can see where that mountain comes down, just towards the base there, and then I'll reassess which one I have to do, if I have to go to that one or that one. All right, we're going to start up. This has a series of it's just a ridge line, so I'm just going to follow the ridge line. It does not look like a difficult hike at all, so should be up there relatively quick. And you can see right up here Spire Peak, and then behind that are the Mustang Mountains. So I'm almost at the top of the first hump here, and then we're going to go down and up. I don't know if there's one more, or if that just takes us to the top, but we're going to be there in a few minutes. So I made a choice to jump off of the side there, come up on the ridge line. It was a stupid choice. Should have just stayed right along there. It's pretty rocky, so it's a little bit slower going than I had hoped, but just plugging along. There's the summit right there, and now that I know which summit it is, next time, instead of coming out and up this spine, you can see that gulch or that wash right there. I would just follow that wash. It comes all the way up right here. You can get yourself almost as close. You can cut off maybe half the distance. I think I measured it. It's only, the way I did it is like 1.5 miles. So, you know, maybe get it down to 3/4 a mile, whatever. So anyway, final leg. So I fooled myself back there thinking that was an easy hike up here, but it's actually fairly difficult. A lot of rocks and all of that. I'm not going to try to climb over this. I'm going to stay to this side of it and see if I can just work my way around it and get up to the summit there. You can see out in the distance, that's part of Sands Ranch. So, all right, just gonna finish this last bit, see how long it takes. I ended up doing the way I said I wasn't gonna do, which was going over the top of these rocks. On the way down, I'm gonna take that path out. I'm not even gonna mess with these rocks. Are, you know, they're not super wide, and I don't really want to take a chance, not so much just slipping, but just sort of losing balance. But anyway, the top is right there. All right, looks like we're at the top. I'm at the summit. I think I'm gonna park right over there. Gonna use one of those old dead century or agave plants as the my antenna mast. This is the summit. I don't know if there's a log in here. I don't do a lot of searching for those. If they're here, they're here. If they're not, they're not. You can see it, but I'm at, this summit is just an altitude of 5487. It's a W7A CO-128. I'm sitting right at the, I'm right on the summit spot, so this is off a couple feet, but I'm right at the top. I'm going to be trying to do a lot of this one-handed because the sun is out and I got an umbrella, and I'm going to have to hold on to it unless I figure out some other solution here. But anyway, that's where I am. Let's move this band up. Okay, we're gonna move up. Yeah, I can hear him, but I'm gonna move up. There's probably better bands. All right, let's go ahead and let's call. Alright, I'm just gonna mess through this again because damn, he's loud. Canada, Ontario. My code is real sloppy, man. All right, we'll roll up one. All right. All right, I'm gonna call it today. I got things to do and whatever, so I'm gonna call it a day. Here's the Mustang Mountains right here. If you look that way, that road, that's Route 82, it takes you off to Sonoita, which is just out there in the distance. Then you go around, it'll take you to Patagonia, Nogales. There's that great big solar electric field right there. Fort Huachuca, Sierra Vista way out in the distance, and there's a little, you can see the little bit of Huachuca City there. This is Huachuca City, but it's the Whetstone area. That tan area is the landfill, and then up that way is Benson, St. David. Right over here, Tombstone, and then back up over here, the Whetstone Mountains. So anyway, I'm gonna video some on the way down, because I think I'm gonna go down a different way than I came up. So anyway, time to go down. Went down about 50 yards and this got easy over there, and then I jumped back and it got hard, but I think I see a path right through there. That's gonna get me going the way I want to go, because I want to head out over that way. So just gonna take my time right here, navigate these last few rocks, and hopefully don't get injured, and get down into that where it's not so rocky. I'll leave the camera on so we can document what happens to me here. Sucks getting old. I remember when I was a kid, I'd already be down there. Now you just sort of instinctively know your limits. Yeah, this looks like a pretty good path to get me through. Not great, but good. Yeah, this is a bit steeper than it looked, but it's not terrible. So I'm just gonna sort of sideways down it till it gets a little bit flatter. You can see right down there, it'll take you right out. So I got about 150, 200 yards, and should be in the clear. Just getting there, but a little steep, but not terrible. I think I'd still come up the way that I came up this morning. I don't know that I'd probably still go back down this way too. Got down, found a bit of a game trail. I want to get at least to the other side of this gulch. These actually don't look too deep. So I don't know, maybe I'll just go straight down there and across, but it's gonna follow these trails. They're always pretty useful. I mean, I guess as long as they're going in the direction you want to go. Made it down most of the mountain. You can see the summit up there. I came down the side. I don't know if it was any better or not, probably not, but I would say the safest and easiest way to go is to come up either right up there and then jump on the spine, or walk along the spine and walk up. This is a little bit steeper than the other way, but that works. Anyway, just got to go down, get in the flats, and head for the car. That's where I'm going. Been hiking out where these cows are. You can smell them. And I don't mean the manure, I mean the actual cows. They have a distinct smell, and smell them from pretty far out. And if you've been elk hunting, they smell a little like elk, but they pretty generally will leave you alone. I mean, if anything, they come up out of curiosity. But over my years out here in Arizona, I've come up on a couple of miserable bulls that, you know, were determined to let me know that they were in charge. Don't really care for those, but these cows moved on. I don't know where they are, but I can definitely smell them. I can smell that they were here. But about another, I don't know, I'd say quarter mile, and I'll be at the vehicle. Well, we're getting out of the Ocotillos and more into this creosote whitethorn stuff, which is not as pleasant scrub to have to navigate. I can see, looking out there, you're not going to be able to see it, and I don't know that I'll be able to zoom in enough, but the cows have moved their way right over there by my car, and I've got to climb under the fence. So hopefully they continue to move, or I can move them along and I can get under there without any issues. Crossing this final wash. I don't know if this is the best way to go through here, but it looks like there's a path, maybe for something shorter than me, but we're gonna go through here. We're real close, so we'll just push through all of this. My mast is getting stuck in the trees. Yeah, I should have gone through this further up there instead of waiting to get so close, because it's really wet down here. This stuff, you know, excels in growing in the when it's really wet. So, all right, what little white-winged dove, if you do any dove hunting. Whew. All right, so got through the last wash, arroyo, runoff, whatever, and we're back at the highway where the truck is parked. Just gonna get to the fence and go under, and we're done. So thanks for coming along on the adventure.